Here we have our Sundance Frill yarn in the Celebration colorways, and this lovely shiny color is the New Year's Eve. So we're going to be making a hair tie with it. This is so fun and easy to make. It works up quickly and it's really fun to style. And to do that, we're going to need to use the crochet direction. So this is going to take a size L crochet hook, and we're still going to follow the stitching with frill directions. So the first thing you want to do is pull from the center. The reason why you want to pull from the center is because this can get twisted as you're working, and you will be able to roll the yarn to untwist it instead of having the work twisted where you're working. So the directions tell us to lay this out flat, to keep the hemmed edge on the bottom, and to work in these top loops. So if you want a stronger piece of work, then you might work in the second row, but the first row should be fine. We're going to have a rough edge that's left, so this can be clipped off when we're done, but to tuck it in a little bit while we're working, we can just fold this over a couple times, and the first stitch that we'll start with will be right here. So that kind of buried in there, and then it gives us less to have to clip off. So next, we have our hair tie. And the first thing I need to do is go inside of the hair tie so that I'm attached to it. So we're still going to go in every other loop. If we do every loop, it'll get too tight. So I'm going to grab the next loop that I would be working with, and I'm going to pull this through kind of like a slip stitch. So now you'll notice that loop has pulled my hook to the other side of the work. So this would be to the inside of the work. So the next loop I'll grab needs to go over the hair tie. And this is going to be wrapping those stitches around. So every other loop inside, every other loop outside. So we'll go under and over. Right? And one more time, you go under, still going in every other loop. Oh, it's a little tricky this time. And then over. And so what you started to have already is this little tiny ruffle, and eventually when you add those on, you'll get this much. I didn't count the exact number of stitches, but if you'll notice, the colors change. There are 3 colors in these, and I have the same number of each of this color change on each one of these that I've made. So that could be an easy way to decide how long you're going to make it. So I made sure that this changed colors 7 times. So if you look at the gold, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7's in there. So that way I can make them all a consistent size. And now I'll skip to the end and show you how you'll finish this off when you're done. Alright, so here we are back at that end. I have all of the color changes like we have in the completed one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 color changes on the one that we've already made. And to match that, now we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 color changes on the one we're making now. So what we have been doing is going through this through every other loop and pulling that through. And so now what we're going to do to secure the end is we're actually going to take this whole piece of yarn here and we're going to pull that whole thing through. So we'll wrap that and pull it through, and it may be just a little tricky to get that on there, but we're going to pull it through that tiny loop. And so now this is a loop that is sitting on the outside of the hair tie. I want to make sure that I knot around the whole thing. And just like we did when we crocheted the scarf, we can just do one more slip stitch on the end with this knot, so that will knot around the work. You can pull that all the way through, and you want to make sure you pull this tight to that hair tie. As tight as you can, get it on there. And so now you'll see I have that rough edge, and this is the part where we'll clip off, and we'll try to clip off more of the hemmed edge so that it will hide inside of the work here. So I'm just going to clip off right here. And then I'm going to bring all of those edges around and kind of evenly distribute those ruffles. And so you'll see here is our beginning edge. And if we want to, we could go ahead and clip that back just a little more. So that one is finished. So now this is what they look like when you have two. You could do two pigtails and have one on each side. That would be really cute. You can also put two on your wrist, like wristbands. And they're so fun. They're easy to make and they're fun to style with your outfit. Enjoy your project!